So I wanted to make this video because it's an ideal match. It's a textbook example of how survivors can win without needing harass. If the kiter does a 3 ciphers kite and you have 2 tight turners to rescue, then if you just cipher rush properly and use tight turner to die away from ciphers, you can just do the 2 tight turner rescues and the last ciphers will be primed in time after the second rescue. If the kiter did a 3 ciphers kite, obviously. So yeah, let's get into the match. This is an S badge Gamekeeper. Wait, let me see the build. So this is an S badge Gamekeeper. It's going Inso Trump. I'm also doing this on Gamekeeper because of the new tipping point. He's really strong. On Gamekeeper, it doesn't need the tension anymore, so I like this build. He has announcement, triple berserker, 1 in street sweeper. Yeah, that's fair enough. You can also bring sadist if you want, because Gamekeeper is a really strong camping hunter. So okay, and then my build, I've explained it before, but like, yeah, BT Tide, companion effect, audience effect, sneak, well earned, symbiotic. And you will see that in this match I make use of pretty much everything on the build. I make use of well earned, of audience effect, I make use of symbiotic. So yeah, so let's see. So at the start, Enchantress just goes on the cipher, but then I ping her beware, because the hunter isn't on me. She gets heartbeat and she goes up here. So she goes up here and she waits up here. This is good because if the hunter goes up from the ramp, like if he comes straight at her from the ramp, then she can just vault the window and go away with knee jerk. But if the hunter mind games her and like goes around to the window immediately, then she can just go back and not even vault the window. So that's what happens. And meanwhile, I'm going to my page. Well, I'm not going to my page yet, but I'm going to my page. My page is in middle, and so yeah, she can see the hunter going around trying to mind game her, so she just goes back here, gets a lot of distance, and meanwhile I'm going to middle for my page. Then takes the knee jerk here to go to logs. Again, she has a lot of distance thanks to the knee jerk. She can hear the Bane use double hooks, so the hook is on cooldown. So if I was her, I would have dropped this pallet and done the knee jerk speed boost on the pallet, but she makes it to the window over here without the knee jerk, so I guess it wasn't necessary. Meanwhile, we're just decoding, and I'm grabbing my page in middle. So here the hook is back on cooldown, so she baits the first hook. Tries to go to this window, but she doesn't bait the second one, so gets hit by the second hook and takes the first hit. She can't go to the window in small boat because there's a trap there. So she's just looping this one. I think she gets knee jerk here. Yeah, she gets knee jerk is back up, so she loops the window with the knee jerk. And after my first page, okay, yeah, hook is back on cooldown, but she makes the window and then gets blinked and doesn't look back, so she gets hit by the second hook again and goes down. So right now, Patient has nearly finished this cipher. My artist was a little slow decoding for whatever reason, so it's not quite done, but it was like 1 minute 40 seconds kite. It's a 3 ciphers kite basically. I have 88% page because I went middle to get my 50%, when I'm going to Shoal Hut, the place over there, to get my second page. So I'm gonna have 100% page. She just gets shared now, whatever. My artist can rescue because she's in middle with tight turner. So I have 100% page and I get on my cipher. So now, because even though it was a 3 ciphers kite, because I grabbed 100% page before ever touching a cipher, we don't have 300% decoding done, which means I get audience effect value. And audience effect saves 3 seconds in 30 seconds of chair time. So like I saved 3 seconds of decoding time because I'm using audience effect, even though it was a 3 ciphers kite. And usually, like for any other survivor, pretty much, if you do a 3 ciphers kite, you lose audience effect value. But because I'm explorer and I just grab pages early game, I still get my audience effect. So I basically save 3 seconds on this cipher. Oh, also, never go this late against a camping hunter. Like my artist here gets really lucky not getting TS because you need to be early to the chair against Bane. This is really bad what she does. She's waiting way too long. So yeah, like she's still not at the chair. Like she waited way too long. Like look at this, it's nearly after alpha already. This is waiting way too long, and she gets really lucky that missed. She gets really lucky that missed. That could have easily been a TS. So never do this against camping hunters. You need to go to the chair early against stuff like, I don't know, Bane or Anne or whatever else, camping hunters, maybe even smiley face. So anyway, so I used my page. Wait, let me pause here. Maybe I don't know if I have to talk about something. So yeah, I did 50% of my cipher with audience effect. So I saved 3 seconds decoding, and then I used my page to finish it off. So because now I have to go do second rescue. So I finished it off with like 47% of my page. Then I went back to middle to grab my last page. So I have 100% page to finish like a second cipher, to do 200% decode, to finish a second cipher after my rescue. So I'm grabbing my page. My artist should just be going back, she should just be going back to her original cipher here, because I don't have time to pop it. Like, I know I'm in middle right now, and she probably thinks I'm gonna pop it, but I don't have time to pop it because I want to get to the chair as soon as possible. I don't want to risk getting TS like her. I need to go to the chair as soon as possible, so I don't want to waste time popping it. So she should just go back to the middle cipher, and it takes her a while to do that, sadly, but yeah. She should just go and finish it, and if she finishes middle cipher, patient is already doing big bot. So by the time, like I said, by the time I do second rescue with Ty Turner, patient will have finished this cipher. I will have 100% page to finish like the last cipher, and my artist can just pop middle. So we have all 5 ciphers after 2 Ty Turner rescues. Because for Sky it was 3 ciphers, it was long enough, but with double Ty Turner we just pop all ciphers. So patient is doing big bot, I'm grabbing my page to get 100%, and also I'm not, like, I used like 47% of my page on my first cipher, because, so now I don't grab the full page here, because if, okay, wait, I want to still talk about stuff. I don't grab my full page here, because if I grab my full page, it gives the hunter a notification, but if I only grab like 49% of the page, it doesn't give the hunter a notification, so he doesn't know where I'm coming from to rescue from, so it's easier to get to the chair. So I do that, and also another thing, quick fun fact, if you're grabbing a page as Explorer, it resets your crows gathering cooldown. Like, you know that if you don't touch a cipher for 80 seconds, or you don't touch a gate, or you don't rescue, don't touch a chair, or like you don't heal someone, or don't touch a wall on like charge or whatever, you get crows, right? The same thing is for Explorer pages. You can touch an Explorer page to remove crows. So it's always nice to leave like 1% of a page in Endgame in case you need to hide around and reset crows with it. So anyway, I leave a little bit of page here so I don't give a notification. And then I go rescue, and here I get symbiotic effect value. So again, my build, symbiotic effect, audience effect, it's all getting value. And by the way, remember how I said I saved 3 seconds on the cipher thanks to audience effect? That might seem like nothing, like 3 seconds, it's not very much, but those 3 seconds are exactly the time I need to get to the chair soon enough that I don't risk getting TS like the Wendy did. No, Wendy, not Wendy, like the mime artist did. So those 3 seconds, like, in peak tier, every second counts. Those 3 seconds are actually quite important. It helps me get to the chair just soon enough that I don't risk having to play like a lot of Terror Shock mind games. So audience effect getting value, now symbiotic effect getting value to the chair faster. Also here, I start spamming going tiny. This is something I started doing recently at the chair, because it's to confuse the hunter, and you can rescue while you're tiny. So it's harder to see, it's harder to react to get a TS for the hunter. So it's something I started doing recently, just spamming going tiny. Also here, well earned, getting value. If that hook hit me without well earned, I wouldn't be able to get up with borrow time. So now I get up with borrow time. Here I'm pinging focus on decoding because I took the hit, but my artist is really slow at decoding for some reason and doesn't pop. Anyway, we keep spamming focus on decoding, so eventually she pops. So, but yeah, my build. I got well-earned value, I got symbiotic effect value, I got audience effect value. Also here with tipping point, he gets the down. Oh yeah, here we kind of throw my teammates. Here I'm just going to cottage, cornfield gate, whatever, but everybody else is here. And okay, so patient has tide turner, right? And if you watched my last video, what you could do is, he could just rescue because there's no detention and tipping point is on cooldown. He could just rescue right now and get out with tide turner. But instead, he waits around like 30 seconds, I think is the tipping point cooldown, maybe, I don't know. But he waits around long enough that Bane gets tipping point back, so now it's harder to rescue, so I'm not sure why. I mean, I know why he's doing that. He was waiting for like Enchantress to get a triple stack and help with the rescue, but Bane just trump cards to excitement, so now it's a risky rescue, and he goes on the gate, takes the hit, and if he were down here, or if like Enchantress didn't body block this, we would have been cooked. So like this was really risky what they were doing. All they had to do was just, you know, patient tide turner rescue, and then we take the tide turner and open the gate like I did in my last video. But yeah, we nearly threw this, but they didn't, which is nice, and we get the 4 escape actually. So yeah, just wanted to show, well, the endgame wasn't textbook, there was not a textbook endgame, but before that, like, if you get a 3 ciphers kite, double tide turner rescue, that's enough to pop the last cipher, as long as you're like cipher rushing properly, as long as you're decoding properly. Like the patient all game just did 2 ciphers, he didn't need to do anything else. The mime artist, okay, the mime artist didn't decode properly, like it took her forever to finish her cipher in middle for whatever reason, but regardless, we still made it in time, and me as an explorer, I was able to use my pages to pop 2 ciphers. And also I wanted to show like my build, like why my build is the best explorer build. Because I got use of tide turner, I got use of borrow time, I got use of audience effect because I used my pages early game, I made use of well earned, I made use of symbiotic effect, like everything came together to show like an ideal explorer match, an ideal survivor match, how it can go if everything like goes, if everyone plays well and like everything goes well. So that's it, bye bye.